in the black community, a lot of us are not talking about it. But Terrell Carter was born to his mom with special needs, amputated leg, 11-year-old special needs child that was being raped or molested by a family member that was way older than her, 20 odd. So if you have some kind of incest in your family, you know about a story, you can reach out and we can talk about it. You can leave it in the comment section. You can email me and all of these kind of things, people. Listen with your own risk. Listen with your own risk. And if you've been going through that, my heart and soul goes out to you. These are things that we need to talk about in the black community. Let's go.
Oh no, Terrell was born to 11-year-old special needs mother who was molested by a 26-year-old man.
Yeah.
But it just so happened, like, to make this story even crazier, is that guy was a part of your family. So
Yeah.
Kind of talk about this story.
My mom was 11 years old when she had me. She was 11 years old, special needs, one leg amputated at birth. She was the baby that every family, not every family, but that was a special needs kid that the family was taking care of. Mm-hmm. And my father was 26. He was from the same family through marriage, but he was molesting her, and didn't think that she could get pregnant. So I was that. She was 9 months pregnant when they found out she was pregnant because they thought it was like a tumor throughout her medication and everything she had. Wow. She was always gaining weight, so they didn't know. And then, during that time, things were a little bit different. So when they found out she was pregnant, it was already too late. I was already here.
Yeah.
So for me to come out and then you're this child who they don't want to really say who the father is. I mean, people were so surprised that the 11-year-old girl had the baby.
So the 11-year-old was your mother, though?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But the 11-year-old, especially these one-leg girl had this baby. I think the whole neighborhood was more surprised that happened, So then they stopped to think, wait, who's the father? But I started looking more and more like him.
Yeah.
So it was obvious.
You knew him, like, growing up?
Well, by the time I was 5 years old, the family kind of made this huge split, and my grandfather passed away, which you'll find out in the book when you read it. But I knew who he was. I knew, the whole thing. I remember being 5 years old, and my mother and I, we were like kids, and I didn't know at that time she was special needs and everything. And when I was 5 years old, her and I had an argument about a coloring book and some crayons, and something she said and the way she pronounced the words. I remember being 5 years old, and I was like, you know what? I'm smarter than she is. At that time, that's what and I was like, I gotta be nice to her. I could tell that I had already surpassed her,
Absolutely.
At that point in my life when I was 5. And she was, 20, 15, 16, 17, whatever she was.
Yeah.
And at that time, it was just, I did an interview and a lady asked me, she said, well, with a mother like, being special needs and what you went through, how do you still have the motivation to, when you were younger, to continue to go on? I said, well, first of all, if those are the chips that I was dealt, the cards that I was dealt in the beginning, that's one thing. But if this is the man that I get to choose, I get to live the life and figure it all out as, with all of these things, I'm grateful for that. But my surprise was more that I was nothing like the rest of the family. My family was, and a lot of them, most of them are gone. It's like I have one or two family members left, but my immediate family and even some extended were whatever the most derogatory thought that you ever have about a black family, that was these people. And I grew up with them, so, and I can say that because it's a part of my story,
So,
Want to know how these cushioning insoles help you lose more weight with less exercise? There is an easy way to get more health and weight loss benefits